Righto then, let's calculate standard deviation. Now, if you remember, standard deviation is talking about the average variance from the mean. So it's saying that we know that there's a mean, there's an average, and that most of the numbers, unless they're right on the mean, they're going to vary from it. They'll be a bit over, they'll be a bit under, or they might be far away. And we want to see what the average varying from it is. So I'm using these reaction times here. I think they're Matthew's reaction times, and I've called them N. They're all there from the minimum to the maximum. I haven't got rid of the two smaller numbers, 74 and 167, as outliers, because I think they were actually possible for the reaction time experiment that we did. He could have actually got those very low results, even though most of them weren't that low. So I'm leaving them all in there. He's done the 5-number summary already. So we'll start by calculating the mean, because we need that when we are looking at standard deviation. Okay, so I come down here to this box, and if you remember, equals tells Excel that you want it to calculate. We start typing in the word average, and it will come up for us. I double-clicked it, and I'm saying, right, I want you to average these numbers here. Remember, don't include the N, just the numbers that you want, and then press Enter. So all I did was I highlighted, pressing down the left key, and scrolling over the top of the numbers. So there is our mean. Now, usually when we are working with standard deviation, we call mean X bar. So it's a large X with a bar on the top of it, but I can't seem to find that anywhere in the in any of the symbols or anything else. So I'm just going to make it large X, but you have to remember that. You have to remember that that's actually X. It should have a bar on the top of it. Now, the mean is always going to be 294.35. It's always going to be the same. You can either use this little corner flower and drag down the 294.35 like that, or you can say, I'm just going to use dittos. Dittos are double commas. I'm using shift and the X quotation marks, and that's ditto. Now, if I use ditto, even though it's kind of not sitting center it there, maybe. It goes there, and I can drag that down instead. I think that's going to be long enough. Might go a little bit further. That should be fine. Okay, now the next thing I need to work out is how far away each number goes from the mean. So this is going to be X minus the number. My N's, remember, I'm getting from over here in the N column. Okay, so for my first one, it's going to be equals my mean, this number here, so I click that cell, minus, I just press minus, and then I click over here the cell that I want, 74, comes up with A2 because that's that cell. It's A, and it's in the second row, A2. Press Enter. Perfect. I'm going to drag down, and it will just drag that formula down. It will do it for all of those numbers. Whoops, it doesn't like something there. Let's take a look and see what the problem is. E5, take A3. Oh, okay. So it's because of this number here. It's because I've used the dittos, and it's looking there for dittos. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to change that. Well, that's good to know. I do actually need to use that, and now I've got my numbers. Perfect. Let's make sure I've got all of them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, bang on. That's pretty good. All right. Now, my next row, my next column, I beg your pardon, is where I square all of these numbers. The reason I square these numbers is because I don't want these negative values that I've got from 12 down. From F12 down, I've got negative numbers, and I don't want that. So I'm going to square these numbers. I know it seems a bit odd, but this is the process that we use. So this is X take N all squared. Now, to do squared on Excel, you use Shift ampersand. The ampersand is above the 6. So that says to the power of 2 is for squaring. Enter. So each of these I want to square. So equals this number, ampersand, Shift 6, squared, Enter. Wow, huge number I've got here. I'm going to drag that formula down. Okay, so now that has squared all of those numbers for me so that I don't have any negative numbers. Now, as you can imagine, I'm altering this a little bit First I start looking for what's the difference from the mean. That's okay. Then I square it. So what I need to do is at some point I need to find the square root, but I'm not going to do that just yet. What I do first is I want the average of all of that difference. So first I'm going to find the average. So to find that, it will be equals, now A-V-E-R-A-G, again, I'm going to do average, double click. What do I want to average? I want to average all of these. Easy done. Enter. Whoops. Okay, so it doesn't like that there's already a formula there. That's a bit awkward. Okay, so what I'll do instead is I'm going to do equals sum. Whoop. Sum means add, so it's going to add all of these numbers for me. And then, doesn't like that either. I'm going to have to pause and find the answer to this first. Okay, found the problem. It's probably good that we all see these problems together. Now I need to edit. So I come up here into this, the editing bar up here to edit. It needs some bracket. It wanted the bracket first. Then I highlight the numbers that I want it to sum. And then I want it to, I'm going to end the bracket because then I want it to divide by 20. Remember, to find the average, you add them up, divide by how many are there. So I'm doing it kind of old school way. Enter. Now I've got the average. 4. Do I think that these numbers are roughly 4,800 away from the mean? No, they're not. That's because I've done all that squaring. So what I need to do now is I need to find the square root of that number. So equals that number there, and then remember square root, I want shift, ampersand. Now for square root, it's to the power of a half. So I'm going to do brackets, 1 divided by 2. So I've said take this number here and raise it to the power of a half, which is the same as getting the square root. Press enter. Now this looks better. So what I'm saying is the average difference of each of these numbers from Matthew's results from the mean, which was 294.35, the average difference is about 70. So what am I going to do with that? Glad you asked. Now remember, standard deviation says what is the average difference away from the mean, and here is my mean over here. So what I'm saying is this is the mean, 294.35, and it's saying that most of the numbers are equal to 294.35, either plus this 65.58396, or it equals 294.35 minus the average difference. Enter. So I'm saying basically that the results, the standard deviation in Matthew's results are that most of his numbers are between 224.76 and 263.93. Got huge decimals happening here, and I'd probably use a number formula to reduce those. Let's talk realistically. I mean, he didn't have so many decimals when he was measuring. He used whole numbers. So if we're talking whole numbers, we're saying that his results were between 225 and 3 or 64. I know I've swapped them around there, but basically that's what we're saying, and I should probably write it all on the one line, but they're between 225 and 364, and I'll get rid of that one there. And that's where most of his results are. If we did a box and whisker, we'd expect to see that's where the box part would be, around those. And that is how you use standard deviation from scratch.